Well, good morning, everyone. Let's talk some football. We're going to the whole. We'll talk about college football first, as we discussed the top 25. Ohio State is the number one team right now. That's not a surprise. They're 3-0. Next game is this weekend against their new rival, the Washington Huskies, who they played for the national championship just 2 years ago. Like I said, that will always be weird to me as a Generation X. Let's see. I hate pop-ups. Thank you. Get out of the way. My team, the Hurricanes, are now number 2. They jump up 2 spots. Of course, they're idle this week, and they have the big game in 2 weeks at their biggest rival, the Florida State Seminoles, who, after last year's disappointing year, the Seminoles are climbing up. Penn State's number 3. They jump 1 spot. They play the big game this week against the Oregon Ducks at home. That is the college football game of the week right there. Hopefully the game lives up to the hype. A lot of these games usually don't seem to. LSU drops 1-4. Of course, they play at Ole Miss this weekend. Georgia holds steady at number 5. They've got their big rivalry game against Alabama at home this week. Oregon is number 6. They play against Penn State. Oklahoma jumps 4 spots to number 4. They have an easy game against Kent State this week. Florida State dropped 1 to number 8, but they have a game this Friday against Virginia. They're looking good compared to last year. Texas A&M, another team looking good, 3-0. They're up 1. Texas is down 2 spots. They play at Florida this week. Indiana climbed 8 after destroying number 9 Illinois. They're at Iowa this week. They're at 11. Texas Tech comes up 5. They're 4-0. They're at Houston in 2 weeks. Ole Miss stays the same at 13. Iowa State goes down 2, but they're 4-0. They're having a good year this year. Tennessee holds steady at 5. Georgia Tech 16. Alabama 17. Vanderbilt 18. Michigan climbs back up 2 to 19. And Missouri is now at 4-0. They fill up the top 20. And if you wonder the other 5 teams, which USC jumps 4 to 21. They're 4-0 now. This is going to piss a lot of people off, me too. Notre Dame climbs 2 to 22 at 1-2. I mean, you have to be kidding me with that one. They shouldn't even be ranked. And yet, Illinois is at 23 and they're 3-1. TCU, BYU are 24-25 with 3-0. You know what? This is why people hate Notre Dame. Me especially. Good Lord. Anyway, let's talk about NFL football game. Of course, the game of the week was last night. What I'm calling the preview for the Super Bowl. The Lions and the Ravens at Baltimore. The Lions just won 38-30. They sacked, I think, Lamar Jackson 8 times last night. Of course, the big pay. Derrick Henry fumbles the football again in a crucial time against a big team. And Montgomery's big touchdown run at the end. Ravens get a garbage touchdown. Lions win 38-30. Fun game all around. The other fun game of the weekend, which was the Rams and Eagles. Rams dominated the whole game. The Eagles had a fierce fourth quarter quarterback. Rams come down to settle for a game-winning field goal, and what's been a weekend of good special teams play. As the Rams go up to left for the winning field goal, the Eagles block it, return for a touchdown. They win 33-26. And another game with a big block field goal attempt was the Packers and Browns. The Packers were looking to take the lead over the Browns in Cleveland. They block. The Browns block the field goal. They go down to kick a field goal. They win 13-10. Now let's talk about the 2 New York teams. Jets and Bucks. Another pretty fun game. Bucks are looking to put the game out of reach They're up 26-29. The Jets block a field goal themselves, return it for a touchdown, and take the lead 27-26. But the problem was they left too much time for Baker Mayfield. He comes down the field. The Bucs score a field goal. They win 29-27. As for my team, the Giants, well, once again, it's typical Giants. Not because the Chiefs look good, because I feel the Chiefs did not look very good at all. But the Giants could never put together a good game, a good all-around team game. Last week, it was all offense, no defense for the Giants. This week, it was all defense, no offense, like week 1 against the Chiefs. I'm going to say it again. The Chiefs did not look good last night. They didn't. Chiefs got some holes. They got some flaws this year. And this is why I don't even have them get into the AFC Championship game this year. But they improved to 1-2. The Giants are 0-3, and I can just hear the calls now. Bring in Jackson Dart. Bring in Jackson Dart. Your line still sucks, guys. Okay? If you don't think the line sucks, let's talk about the Colts game. The Colts win 41-20. Who was lighting it up, everyone? Who was lighting it up? Daniel Jones. All the Giant fans wanted him gone. And now he's lighting it up. Why? The Colts have an offensive line. The 1 year Daniel Jones had a decent offensive line, he took us to the playoffs and got us a big playoff victory. The Giants and the Jets have had offensive line problems for the last decade, and they don't solve it. Every year it's a retool for those two teams, and every year those teams come up short. Although I can say, I think so far, other than last week's performance against the Bills, the Jets do have the better offensive line between the two teams. Got a call as you see it. Other good games. The Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, 17-10 over the Texans. That was a pretty good game to watch. The most disappointing game, Panthers and Falcons. Panthers win 30-0. Good Lord. Another disappointing game, Seahawks and Saints. Seahawks dominate 44-13. Saints look terrible. And another good game, the Chargers beat the Broncos 23-20. Real fun game to watch. That was back and forth the whole day. And a surprising good game. The 49ers beat the Cardinals 16-15. So far, the Niners are holding the line without Brock Purdy. But there is your weekend in a roundup real fast. The Bears beat the Cowboys 31-14 for you Cowboy fans. Thank God the Giants in the division. You'll get at least 2 easy wins. You already got one last week against a lucky field goal. But hey, it's like that sometimes. So there you go. There is your weekend football stuff. This Thursday, we'll start it off, I think, the Cardinals and the Seahawks. I think that should be a pretty good game. Of course, that'll be on Amazon Prime, which I'm not a fan of, by the way. But there you go, everyone. So, let me know what you think. Am I wrong about Notre Dame? No matter what you say, you're going to be wrong. If you agree that they should be in the top 25 as a 1 and 2 team. But what did you think was the best game of the weekend in the NFL? What do you think the best game was in college? Let us know. God bless you all. Take care of each other. We'll talk to you later.